Slam the hammer. Ancient stirrings be gone. Alright, I would love to play first. Shadow Company loves playing first. Well, again, the one lander. Yeah, this hand's much better. Scry on. Doesn't really matter here. We're going fetch, shock, Thoughtseize. Gotta make sure we're below 13 by the time we cast this Collected Company. One Singleton Faithless Looting. Go long. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I think the Mardu Pyromancer deck is very, very good if you're good at Magic. So I think Jerry Thompson's would probably be my pick as favorite to win the top 8. Ooh, another Thoughtseize. I think I'm actually just gonna pass here, and I'm gonna end step click myself because I don't want to click them into drawing a land, and I want to hit a land for my Collected Company here. Cast this Tireless Tracker. Looking for a land here. Every story of the match, players looking for lands. Hey, look at that. Eternal Witness rebuys a fetch land. Ain't she purty? Ain't she purty, ladies and gentlemen? Doop. Trigger. Shockland tapped. No, this is modern staple Shadow Company. Come on now, it's not random. It's cool and calculated. Who knows what's optimal? Goyf might not even be good in this deck. Oh no, are we getting Collected Brutality? Oh no! Oh no! They took our Collected Company, chat. We needed that. We needed that Collected Company. No fear. No fear. Dark Confidant. Go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just super dead to the... Do they have a 1-mana spell here? We're dead to bolt, dead to push. Oh no! Oh no, chat! We flipped Collected Company to our Dark Confidant. Now we're dead. And now we're dead. What a tilt. We're so unlucky. Just the unluckiest. Alright, what are we doing here? We actually don't have any sideboard cards here, right? I don't have any sideboard cards that really seem very good here. Do I want Freebooter? Is Freebooter a card I want? I guess it like takes the removal out of their hand, right? I probably don't want Street Wraith in the fair matchup. Rave R Rat with the 20-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Already confirmed best deck ever. Look, chat, I'm gonna need you to just believe. I'm gonna trim 2 Bobs. It's fine. We're gonna leave 2 in. Yeah, we knew they had a K command in their hand. No, I didn't have creatures in my bin. Seems great. Rex Sage for the Blood Moons. Oh yeah, that probably would have been a good idea. Oh, that was the wrong land, right? That's a pretty big mistake. So I was supposed to. This worked out really well last time, so we're doing it again. I was supposed to have fetch shocked there, so that way I could fetch shock and play another shadow on 2. So I'm only going to 13 here, which means my shadow would die. If I would have played this fetch land last turn, I would have been able to play a Death Shadow here as well. Yeah, Kite Sail Freebooter. Get him. Get him. That's so weird. Alright, so I'm gonna take Blood Moon, I guess. Because we don't have white man in our deck. Oh, I tapped my lands wrong. This doesn't make black mana. What a tilt. What a tilt. Range to make the good play hog land, because I fucked up. Because we missed it. Same reason I didn't play my fetch land on 1. Should have been able to attack with a 3/3 here, but didn't, because I messed up. Protour's alright. Do I want to play this? I feel like I might want to play this. There's some Lingering Souls. I think I want to draw a step, probably take their Lingering Souls away. Going on, Iron? Drew a Blood Moon. Yeah, I don't really care about that, right? Should take their Lingering Souls. So I assume this is going to get pushed off a cliff here. Wonder if I was supposed to just attack, play the Noble and attack with just the Vendilion click. That would have been 5 points of damage. Maybe that was better. Oh, this lets them kill my click. Yeah, that was a much better line. I played this pretty sloppy here. I triggered Revolt when they couldn't have triggered it otherwise. Yeah, I should have just attacked with the click for 5 in the air. It would have been plus 1 point of damage and it wouldn't have triggered revolt for their card. We're just skating by the seat of our pants here, working our way through. Hopefully we get to some good ones at some point. I don't know if I feel like playing Dredge or not. Maybe we'll play the Hollowed One deck. Maybe we'll just grab the PT list and play the Hollowed One deck. I'm just gonna attack with this freebooter. If they want to kill this, go for it. We know they have 1 more Fatal Push. Maybe we know they have 2 more Fatal Pushes. Well, I have a donation for the Hollowed One list, Immortal. So, like, someone sent money earlier for me to play the Hollowed One deck. So, like, the Hollowed One deck would be checking a donation deck list off the queue. Can this stream handle playing 4 to discard 3 cards at random spell? It's a good question, in all honesty. I'm holding these fetch lands partially because of Blood Moon, but also partially because we've got Tireless Trackers in our deck. Let's take the wheel and spin it all the way around. I think they might have a 3rd Fatal Push that I know about. Look at that. Just the smartest and the thinnest. Maybe I should have held one of them in my hand. We're gonna hard cast Scab Ruinator. Yes, we are. I'm gonna attack with this rather than my Death Shadow, I think. Probably gonna push my Shadow and then triple block this with tokens. I haven't looked at all the details on the top 8 yet. So let's see if they want to Fatal Push something here. I did turn on Fatal Push for them to be able to kill the Tireless Tracker, but I get to get 2 clues in response if they push it here, which feels fine to me. I'm gonna grab an island and grab a swamp here. I'm gonna wait to crack these clues because they don't really have any value right now. I don't have Stubborn Denials or anything like that in my deck. Well, like, my goal in that attack there was to try and get them to use... their lingering soul. Yeah, there's a boy. There's my boy, Scab Ruinator. In the house. Live and in Technicolor. Hey, Goofix. A $10 donation. At the dentist in Mexico watching your stream. Hope to see some 8 Dredge and people dying. And Jeff making monkey noises. Much love. Yeah, we could probably do Dredge decks. Thanks for the donation, Iron. I guess I should attack with my Death Shadow first, right? Should attack with my Shadow first. Pyromancer just stalls these boards so much. Feel the value, opponent. Feel the value. The gang's all here, chat. The gang's all here. Ooh. Ooh. Found some candy, chat. Found some candy. Get my collected company back. Trigger. Are we doing it? I think we're doing it, chat. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure this might qualify as doing it. I'm pretty sure this might qualify as doing it. Spin the wheel again. Ooh, ooh, more candy. We found more candy, chat. We found some more candy. That's so delicious. That's so delicious. People doubted the power of our deck. Silly mortals. This modern staple collected Death Shadow. Modern staple collected Death Shadow. There should be more Eternal Witnesses in our deck, probably. Just like cyberbullying. The Dark Confidant should probably not be in our deck, but the rest of this deck seems great. God, that was their best draw. What a tilt. Confident. Well, unfortunately, this is Magic Online, and I can't make edits to my deck in between matches. So we gotta play the league out as is. But we'll talk about things we could potentially do differently, as always, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry. We need a white splash and an Orzhov Pontiff. I agree. I agree. White splash, Orzhov Pontiff. Let's go. We very quickly have them under like the 5x abyss here. Mirror Superior, I'm gonna make Goyf bigger. Yeah, we could just play like one. I think you want one shock still, right? I think you want one shock. I think like a shock and some Pontiff seem fine. I don't think you main deck Pontiff. Maybe you do main deck Pontiff. Who knows? You can play Tide Hollow Sculler then too. Tide Hollow Sculler makes Goyf bigger because it's an artifact. Rude. I like my Kitesail Freebooter opponent. We're probably dead here, but I do know. What's going on, Todd? What's going on? This is a beautiful mess. It's like if I took my lunch and spilled it on the table and it turned into art. Modern staple collect. Duh. We're gonna be pretty dead here. They're gonna get to smash us in. Actually, we're like exactly dead, right? Oh, not yet. Not yet. All right, I'm pretty sure. We don't have any way to punch through. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, chat. All right, on to the second match. I already know things we need to do differently. We should have gone into a two-man first. We should have fired up a two-man queue so we could change our deck in between. This is like definitely had two-man material written all over it. Clearly need more Scabrudators. Hi. Dad can't hide under the blanket. The internet needs to see his face. And he needs to see the monitor. I love you, oldest son. No, this is a competitive league. Come on, this is Modern Staple Collected Shadow. Super competitive. Needs more Rodas. It's going on, cool, man. What do you think of the fact that Humans was the best deck at the Pro Tour? I mean, do we know that? Do we know that it was the best deck? It seems decent, right? These are like all real Magic cards that people have put into their deck before, right? I've played cribbage with Ross before. I feel like this deck might be playing enough real cards that it could be real. And we're gonna talk about things I do differently. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've got ideas in my head. I can't wait for this collected company to hit 2 Death Shadows. That's so rude. That's so rude. Look, we've got Dark Confidant. We'll flip Street Wraith to Dark Confidant, and then we can collected company into 2 Death Shadows. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up. I need to see the monitor, child. I can't see the monitor. Oh, opponent's playing the Hollow One deck. Okay. So it's not a delve threat. They're short on that. The collective brutality, maybe? Feels like collective brutality. Kill my Bob, drain me. Yeah. Or kill my Bob, discard. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, my collected company. I was in love with the Coco opponent. Why you have to be so mean? Why you have to be so mean? Hey, these are my 4/5s. Go ahead. It's an okay draw. Already have instant and creature in the bin. I just like double smash here, right? Just like got him on a 2-turn clock. It's like HU, HU, HU. gonna hold on to this land for now because I don't know if I want to shock it in or not yet. Abrupt Decay lets us clean a blocker out of the way. That's unfortunate. Can't clear that blocker out of the way. Oh, they also made my ghost much smaller. Oh, huh. I guess if I loot into Collected Company here, yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm sure we're gonna get punished for it, but just instantly punished for it. Drew Collected Company. Lost it. Man, Modern's sweet. There's no variance in this format at all. Tier 1 decks in this format, just 0 variance, all skill. All skill, no variance. Alright, I shouldn't have been greedy. I should have just abrupt decayed their thing. Should have just abrupt decayed their thing. Alright, Floop these big game hunters into my deck. I'm pretty sure the Bobs are just not supposed to be here, so we're just gonna keep boarding them out. Red Sail Freebooter seems fine. Modern is basically the chess of Magic. I mean, like, all formats of Magic involve skill, right? Like, there's a reason why there's a bunch of very good Magic players in the top 8 of the Modern Pro Tour. That's not by accident. That's not a mistake. Spanish Inquisition is great, and it's in the donation decklist queue, and we're definitely playing it next week. We're playing more Modern today, because it's like a Modern weekend with the Modern PT and stuff going on. We're going to be back playing more Legacy stuff next week. Hi. Hi, how we doing? Standard next week also. Maybe. I can't wait to get burning. Yeah, me too. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. That's pretty exciting. Super Wings is pretty cool. I'm planning on playing JAC today. Unsure. The donation queue is deep, so I might just like play a bunch of stuff out of that. Yeah, I keep this. Discard spells, discard spells. I feel so bad. Do you feel personally responsible? Look, everyone is responsible for their own bad decisions at the Pro Tour, Burgle. Gonna take their hollowed one, right? Probably take the Tassiger next turn. It's a good draw. Good draw. Nope, there was one Kiki Court player. They didn't day 2, Burgle. You're wrong. You're wrong, Burgle. There was someone played Kiki Court. They didn't day 2. It's on the list of decks that didn't day 2. Should pay more attention. We have that sweet, sweet data. That's sweet, sweet data. Sweet, sweet data. All right, so we're gonna kite sail freebooter here, take their fatal push, or get it fatal push, one of the two. There should definitely be a white source and Tide Hollow Skullers in this deck. In the did it advance to day 2 category. Alright, they have Blood Gas, Fetch Sledge, Street Wraith. I feel like the modern Pro Tour is more about people rooting for decks they hate to do well. Because they're just like, I just want all the decks I never want to play against again to do well at the Pro Tour, so they ban them. Like, come on, WotC, please. Please, ban all the decks I hate. Ban all the decks I hate! Ban them all! Ban them all! I don't publish my YouTube videos until I finish streaming for the day. So that Asper deck will be up on YouTube after we're done today, for a few hours at least. Probably gonna stream for 3 or 4 hours today. Maybe more. We'll see how the leagues are going. They elected to play a fetch land that I didn't know about instead of playing the one I did know about. This is a Delve Threat, probably. Hey, Johnny Magic played Tron. He knew what was good. Johnny Magic showed up wanting to win. Jacob Jeffrey. I need to be able to see the computer. I love you, Tiny Brat. Oh, jeez. I cracked my fetch and that. No, this was already in play, right? Did they play that last turn, or did I mess up? I might have messed up there. I wasn't paying attention because I had a blanket over my head and was trying to auto pass. All right, we need some death shadows here, chat. We need some death shadows. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Where are my shadows and my Tarmogoyfs? Yeah, Finkel was on Tron. Jacob? Somebody help. There should be like a Pro Tour feature where you like have to play Magic with a child attacking you. Stop it! Stop it! Alright. It's like witness plus click. This might be witness plus click. I can like double block the Gurmag Angler. Just to land, okay. We get our Coco back. I get to go to 2 here. So we're in danger of dying to a couple of things, but oh. Am I supposed to go to 2? I'm probably supposed to chump block and trade actually, right? Because this has Menace. And so if they draw a card that discards, I die next turn. Nah, I'm probably supposed to double block. We were really hoping to hit like a Goyf or a Goyf or a Death Shadow there. So we could go like block. Cast passive about Jacob, ain't that the truth? Man, punished for our decision. Actually, man, could you imagine if this would have been one of the hits there? If we'd have just been 1 hit deeper? We'd have gotten 1 hit deeper. Have a ban. Please don't kill me. Anything that lets them discard here basically kills us, I believe. Although I guess if they make this 4 power, I could hit our other big game hunter. think this deck is doing okay things. All right, so let's grab Kite Sail plus Death Shadow. Get a quick spot check here. Jacob Jeffrey. All right. Okay, so we're going to 1 here. They get to eat their blood gas. Wait, are they? They're almost dead on the back swing. Actually, they're dead, right? This actually kills them? Because I take 1 and go to 1, and this is a 12-12, and we attack them for 13. Yeah, 1 man and 12-12s. Hey, it's just like we drew it up, chat. It's just like we drew it up. They're dead. Good attack. Good attack. That was fucking great. That was wonderful. That was quite wonderful. Who was making fun of collected companying into Death Shadow? Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Who was making fun of collected company into Death Shadow? The details we have here are certainly wrong, but we might have to try this again at some point in the future because it seems kind of great. We broke the format. The format has been cracked in half. The PT didn't break Modern, but we have here. You are currently witnessing history in the making. It does. You have collected company to find the ones you want. Ah. Welcome to our master class in deck building. I call it Basic Island Abrupt Decay. My child has given up attacking me. Thank you, everyone, for getting here today. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday, great weekend. If you're new to the stream, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some Modern Magic the Gathering. I stream Magic on this channel at least 4 days a week, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoon, occasionally on the weekends too. Remember, if you're enjoying what you see, make sure you hit that follow button. I drew a Thoughtseize here. Am I supposed to Thoughtseize them? I feel like I am. I feel like I'm just supposed to take a peek upstairs. I just want to take a peek upstairs, see what they got going on here. So I can just get rid of this Tassiger. It's their only threat. Feels good. I see some more looting here. Yep. All right. We do not have any birds in our deck, just noble hierarchs. Awesome, I'm glad you that's a good plug for the YouTube channel. If you miss any of today's stream, you can always catch the replays on my YouTube channel. I post 100% of my videos there. More shadows. See if they have a bolt or something to kill this noble hierarch. Nope, not yet. We get to run off a couple more lands here. We got, they could flashback Faithless looting here. They have a Street Wraith in their hand still, plus 2 other cards we don't know. The Pro Tour top 8 is tomorrow. The Pro Tour is a 3-day event, so we have the top 8, but they do not have a winner yet. Yeah, Exalted's a well-designed mechanic, in my opinion. Man, pushing that is really aggressive. Unfortunately, we don't have another fetch land here, so that kind of sucks for us. If we hit a fetch land, we get to go Shadow Shadow as 1/1s, which seems great. I don't know, I just threw in 1 of each basic. I feel like the basic island's probably fine in most games where we draw 3 or more lands, and we probably need to draw 3 or more lands to play Magic most of the time. If you go to dailymtg.com, they should have stuff posted for about the top 8. Yep. This deck might want like 1 more land in it, maybe utility land. If we splash, oh geez, what if we put Horizon Canopy in here? That's kind of a combo with Death Shadow. The Horizon Canopy Death Shadow combo deck. We were gonna put a white land in anyway, so we could play Orzhov Pontiff and Tide Hollow Sculler. I'm so excited to do more things with this deck. Hey, Iron Guthix, the $2 donation. 1 rant, please, about legacy prices on Magic Online. So, one of the things that people often talk about is that how the reserve list has to exist in order for legacy to exist, because like of all of the investors and stuff like that. But the reality is, Wizards of the Coast doesn't maintain the reserve list because they're interested in keeping their promise to collectors. Wizards of the Coast maintains the reserve list because they don't want people to play Legacy. If they wanted people to play Legacy and they just couldn't because of the reserve list, Legacy would be accessible in the one place on Magic Online where they could legally reprint absolutely everything. Wizards doesn't want you playing formats like these because they encourage you to not play Standard. Alright, so they have a big game hunter in their hand. I'm probably just supposed to kill this, right? How do we feel about killing this off a basic swamp? I guess I could go to, yeah, I'm gonna kill this off a basic swamp because they're gonna shock me in response, and then my Death Shadows will be 3/3, so they can't big game hunter them right away. Yeah, I think I like that. Because I could fetch shock there, but their deck has a little bit of reach in it, so I think being a touch conservative here is fine. Well, you have to remember that, again, people focus on conversion rates from day 1 to day 2 and stuff. You need to look at just the Ultimate Modern records. Like, what was Reed Duke's draft record? What were these top 8 players' draft records that they top 8'd? Maybe the fair decks all lost to Tron mostly, but they just had good drafters, you know? All right, so they still have a big game hunter in their hand, but I just get to go Shadow here. I could just cast Collected Company. Oh, you know what we're actually gonna do? I'm gonna go Tireless Tracker and then fetch Shock Shadow. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, actually. This is a little scary. We want extra green here. Extra green, extra blue. Well, I guess this means I don't have triple black here. Oh, fuck me. I needed black there off of, I was like, I need blue for this, but then, yeah, I feel bad now. I've just made like mono punts in these matches. I guess we're not dead yet, but that was a mistake. I got like in my head, I knew I wanted to make black mana for Death Shadow, but then I was like, oh, I need to be able to cast Scab Ruinator, but I also want an extra green. And then like I ended up here 2 steps down the line and didn't have, yeah. So we're gonna die now because I've messed up. Yeah, I'm just gonna, let's pack it in. Move to the next one. I mean, it's sad when a young person dies, but I didn't really know Corey McDuffie personally, so I don't really have like a takeaway other than like it's really sad to see someone so young die. No, they don't do top 64 results. They post the individual deck list for people that go 6-4 or better in just the constructed portion. Is what they do. I don't know. Let's not speculate about that. I don't like speculating about things like that don't serve any really purpose. I don't think most people probably aren't informed, so let's just not talk about that aspect of it. So let's keep that out of chat, please and thank you. The Pyromancer deck's very good. I like that deck a lot. They'll be posted on the coverage page, where all the other Pro Tour coverage is posted. It's not good enough, not a green source. It's fine. It's a hand. Dark Confidant was a mistake. I thought my balls were big enough, but they're just not. Yeah, the Team PT should be really sweet. I'm looking forward to All Constructed. I really just want to like dig into making changes here because I have a bunch of changes that I want to make in my head now that I haven't. We have to keep playing with these cards though. Bob's great. We already have a bunch of high CMC cards ahead. Ain't that the truth? Rebin Inspector, sure. This is what Lotus Box was playing, right? They were playing these cards in there. Overgrown Tomb here. Yes, they do that to conceal league information. Because Magic Online hides lots of data. Conversion rate means the number of people, or conversion rate means this is how many we started with, this is how many made the next cut. Well, if they play the last round, they run the risk of pairing into someone else who also wants to concede. And so, like, if two people want to concede, how do they, like, you know, it's like this race for a concession. Because the 5-color humans deck isn't interested in, like, playing a long, grindy game of Magic is what it comes down to. Oh, they know about this Vendilion click, right? Yeah. Alright, so grab this island. I'm gonna click myself before blocks here. I think I want to just click myself. Yeah, this Eternal Witness isn't really doing anything in my hand. I don't have anything really meaningful to bring back. Trade here. Oh, that's sad. That was a mistake. I should have attacked with Bob first, and then if they traded, I could have collected company. So that was a missequencing on my part. I should have attacked. I missed 2 points of damage there. Oh, you know what? This is a small mistake too. Yeah, that's fine. I should have clicked in response to the Noble because then they could have played a Mantis Rider. I think my opponent has an Aether Vial that they can't cast currently. They fucked up their sequencing with the Thalia. Let's take a peek. Yep, 10 out of 10. Messed up their sequencing. I don't really care about this phantasmal image, right? I guess it's a threat. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Their deck has a lot of air in it. Not gonna block here, I don't think. Okay, sweet. Do I want to shock this? I don't think I do. I'm gonna be a little conservative. We drew spells. It was so good. It was so good, chat. We finally drew spells. Aha! The power of our trackers and our shadows was too much, I guess. I feel like they weren't out of that game. They had draws left over. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Bring these in. Bob's pretty bad. Bob shouldn't be in our deck. Just so everyone understands why I'm boarding Bob out. He was okay there, but he just shouldn't be in our deck. Ooh, it's pretty good. It seems decent. Okay, so go fetch shock overgrown tomb here. Next turn we can fetch shock, cycle street wraith, and play Jace plus Death Shadow. So Dark Confidant is a card that was created as a result of one of Magic's old invitational prizes, where when you won the invitational tournament, you got to design a Magic card, and the player who designed Dark Confidant and whose likeness is on the original Dark Confidant out, their name is Robert. So I get to go cycle this, see what we get. Grab a Watery Grave here. Play my wee little 1/1. So we can actually flip this Jace over next turn. We can go ahead and crack a fetch land plus use it to loot. See how aggressive they get here. It's 5. Okay, yep, that's fine. Take that hit. Death Shadow ends up pretty large here. This is my 6/6. Grafdigger's Cage. Wow, that's like uniquely good against us, huh? That's pretty good. All right, well, huh. I think I'm gonna loot first because I don't want to flip this now. Okay, don't want to flip this. I actually brought in, man, look at this combo deck we've assembled. Look at this combo deck we've assembled. That's fucking great. That's just good deck building, isn't it, chat? Just good deck building. They're already running sideboard hate against us. Do you want to take the Fiend Hunter or the Reflector Mage? kind of want to just take the Fiend Hunter, right? I can like replay my thing post Reflector Mage. Jack you for 10. I wonder if that's the first time a Death Shadow's ever been exalted by a Noble Hierarch. Feels like it's probably pretty close to the first time that's happened. They forgot to crack their clue at end step? No, the Noble Hierarch was tapped, right? Yeah, I think so. The noblest of Death Shadows. Yep. So he can't replay the Shadow next turn. If I throw away both of these creatures, I get to go ahead and play my Scab Ruinator, though, which seems appealing. It's really unfortunate. This is Macabre Ruinator. This deck's such a hodgepodge. It's so great. Hopefully they're just cracking their clue or their canopy here. Was this deck for the PT? No. No, definitely not. Definitely not for the Pro Tour. 0 out of 10 not for the Pro Tour. We made a joke, an offhanded joke on stream one day that we needed to play. I wanted to play Death Shadow and Collected Company together, and this is the result of Death Shadow and Collected Company wanting to be played together. I think I just want to crack this fetch land and the land out of my deck. Oh, that's probably bad. Hopefully we draw a castable creature. Hopefully we draw a castable creature. That's like almost a castable creature. Almost dead on board now. Dead to any piece of removal or Thalia's Lieutenant. If they smash with everything, I get to eat this, chump, go to 1. Thalia's Lieutenant. Built. We won game 1, right? This is game 2. Alright, since they brought in Grafdigger's Cage, I'm gonna bring in the 3rd Reclamation Sage. Seems reasonable. Got a Thoughtseize or Street Wraith? Got a Thoughtseize. Yeah, Sand seems great. Go turn 1 Noble Hierarch into turn 2 Thoughtseize Goyf. Seems pretty good. I need to be a little bit conservative with our health total. Probably fetch a basic swamp next turn. Just go down to 15. But we kind of want to get into Death Shadow range kind of quickly. Maybe I was supposed to fetch Shock for the Noble Hierarchs, that way I could Thought Seize before I decide what I wanted to do with the rest of my fetches. Reclamation Sage, it's a good one. We have the Abrupt Decay in our hand too here. So... yeah, I think I'm just going to fetch a basic swamp here. Puts me to 15, and then if I draw a Death Shadow, I can still fetch Shock and cast it this next turn. What do they have here? Most annoying. Is it just Reflector Mage? Thalia's Lieutenant's pretty good. I'm just gonna take the Lieutenant. I think that's the best card in the hand. You could maybe make an argument for like taking the Champion of the Parish to disrupt their curve, but I think I'd rather just take the best card that they have. So, Canopy, this, probably Thalia here. Oh. Gonna Abrupt Decay one of their things next turn. It's a nice hit. So, I wasn't going to Abrupt Decay the Thalia, but now that we drew that, I probably will. Probably like Reflector Mage my Goyf, smash me for 5 here, while Abrupt Decay the Thalia, untap company. Yep. Again, waiting on the timing of the Abrupt Decay because I don't want them to get an Exalted Trigger on their Champion of the Parish. It's a good line. Wanted to kill this anyways. Fetch an Overgrown Tomb here. We'll go to 10. Means our shadows are 3/3s. I don't know. I haven't looked at the results of the Pro Tour yet. And basically, the last round of the Pro Tour wrapped up and they hadn't posted anything yet, and I signed online. Yeah, I wonder if they're ghosting. That attack could be a ghost, or it could just be like, I passed without spending my mana, so I probably have a removal spell. Could go either way there. Alright, hopefully this collected company finds a Scab Ruinator here. Hopefully this collected company finds a Scab Ruinator. Scab Ruinator, Death Shadow, let's go. Click will do. I can get Click plus Goyf here. My Goyfs are 4/5s, I believe. I think I want to click myself at this point. I think I want to click myself. This Reclamation Sage isn't doing a whole lot. I think I'm going to crack this. No, I'm not going to crack the Fetch and Response. But that on the bottom. We drew a Fatal Push. That's really good. Wow, we just get to, like, destroy them here, right? We get to crack this fetch. Probably Shock. I hate to push this champion, eat the Reflector Mage, trade with the Mantis Rider. Hey, Leighton, yet again, and thanks for all the great content. Thanks for resubscribing. 20 months, that's a long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. If they have a couple more Mantis Riders, we could be in a little bit of trouble. But we're going to turn the corner pretty quickly with this these Tarmogoyfs, so we got that going for us. They're only on 3 lands. So this puts them to 12. We can't cast... Actually, we could cast Tarmogoyf on their turn again, right? Yeah, on the list of ways that could have broken for us, it definitely went pretty well. Maybe I was just supposed to jam the Rex Sage there as a 2-1. Reflector Mage, sure. They get to put 1 Tarmogoyf back. If we don't draw anything else next turn, I'll probably just play the Tarmogoyf or the Rex Sage as a 2-1. I'm gonna play this fetch land out, but I don't think we're gonna crack it, just because I want to be able to not die to Mantis Rider into. We're gonna talk about what I'm gonna do differently with the deck list after we're done with this league, which it looks like we might be winning this match actually, so we might play one more after this. So how the Nation deck lists work after we play the league, I make suggestions for it. And this deck is actually like, someone sent me the core idea and was like, you should fix the details, and I definitely have details that I want to fix further. If they have another Reflector Mage here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna chump block with this Noble Hierarch. We have plenty of mana at this point. Don't want to go to 4 really. I think playing the Rex Sage is fine. You're obligated to chump block here because I played the Rex Sage last turn. All right, sweet. We're on the scoreboard. Next time we have something like this that we brew up a little bit, I'm gonna jump into a 2-man first time because it feels kind of bad. Like as soon as we started playing games, it's like there's things I wish I could do differently, and like we can't. We're just like locked into it for 5 matches. While waiting for the 4th match this league to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're in the world. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some modern Magic the Gathering. If you're new and you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're an existing viewer, welcome back. If you're really enjoying what you see and want to help me make more of this content, the best way you can do that is by subscribing on Twitch. And you can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you, and using code HOAGLAND PayPal, you can save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playbats, mouse pads, binders, bags. They really do it all. At any rate, we're heading back on down into the 4th match here. We're currently 1-2 with this deck, but it's definitely not built well, and made a couple of small mistakes in the first couple of matches. So looking forward to taking another crack at this at some point in the future. Yeah, I'm sad Spare Deck is not there anymore. Man, this hand is so close to being great. Just can't keep it. It seems fine. Scry. Is it greedy to bottom this? Yeah, I think I just want to bottom this. I'm looking for like a turn 1 or turn 2 play. Like this costs 1 mana, but it's not a turn 1 or turn 2 play, right? Push, Paths, Thoughtseize, Noble Hierarchs, another Death Shadow. All right, well, we are playing against humans, so hopefully they're gonna be able to help us deal a lot of damage to ourselves. Yeah, we do drop at X3, so if we lose one more, we're gonna be done with this league. Yep. All right, I'm gonna fetch a tap land here since they're attacking us with Mantis Rider. Take a couple hits from this before for these. Hopefully we hit a 1 or a 2 drop here. Fatal Push would actually be a pretty good draw. Vendilion Click is that's an okay draw. Oh, I guess I can because they hit us, I can fetch Shock and then play 2 shadows, right? Need another blue source here for the click. These are my 1/1s. My 1/1s are amazing. If you hit me, they'll be 5/5s. And by 5/5s, I mean 7/7s. So if they hit me to 6, these are gonna be, well, now they're gonna be under the abyss, right? Not quite under the abyss. That puts them under the abyss. All right, well. So now they're obligated to block one of these, because if they don't block, I get to fetch shock and kill them. Huh. Do I want to shock here? I probably don't, right? I guess if I shock, I go to 3, they take extra damage, and then I'm playing this click, and I can take a look at their hand, and then I can go Tireless Tracker plus tapped land next turn. The upside to not shocking here is that I get to take a hit from the Mantis Rider and not be dead next turn. And I think I actually like doing that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab basic Swamp here. Put them down to 12. Avoiding shocking. If I shock, it means I'm dead to another Mantis Rider or a Phantasmal Image. That doesn't seem very appealing. I'm gonna play this in response, just in case they're a wizard or they're ghosting. They have in their hand. Thalia, Mantis Rider. Huh. Get rid of that. Thalia means I can't company next turn, which sucks. Do I want to block here? I think Liliana the Veil's great in Martyr Pyromancer. We played 2 of them in the main deck last night, and they were very good. Not having green mana kind of sucks. The fact that I fetched a Water Grave on 1 might bite us this game. How much democracy to run it back? For a regular donation, I'll get the cards to improve it and run it back right away. So $12 for another league. I feel like, do we have to block though? Do we? Like, do we actually have to block? So like, if I don't block, they have to block both my Death Shadows. I think I'm just gonna take this hit. We're gonna be just dead, right? Depending on what they do. I believe we're dead if they make us be dead. It wasn't a trade. If we were trading, I'd snap the block, but we weren't trading. They were attacking as a 4/4. If we were trading, I wouldn't even talk about it. I would just block and like not mention it. Yeah, we're just gonna be dead because I don't have any plays. If I would have been able to have a green source in play, I could have played this Tireless Tracker out and then probably ultimately won that game. So the way I ended up sequencing my lands ended up losing that game for us. Right, have a timeout. If you want to tell me I'm wrong about something, you have to tell me why I'm wrong. Got to use your words like an adult. You want to just yell and scream and shout like a child, you're gonna get timed out like a child. No, stop it. Stop it. Have a ban. We were literally still dead if we blocked there. We were literally still dead if we blocked there. If we block, we're at 5, and then I can't attack. I'd have to like hold my death shadows back, and that doesn't accomplish anything. That doesn't accomplish anything. No, they had a Thalia in their hand that we knew about, and then I think one card we didn't know. Gosh, this hand is close. We're cutting the Bobs. The Bobs shouldn't be in the deck. We realized that in the first match. All right. Take one more mulligan. I guess we could hit running lands. If we draw a land next turn, we'll keep playing. If we don't draw a land, I'm just going to concede and talk about things I would like to try and do differently in this cute deck. But they don't block with Thalia. There's no reason for them to block with Thalia. I literally attacked, and then they didn't block with the Thalia because they were playing well. No, the Thalia makes the collected company cost 5. Have a ban. We literally talked about all of it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. So if we block there, there's less reason for them to block because our death shadows aren't lethal. I think the black-red hollow one deck seems very powerful if you're very fortunate with your discards. I don't think the Japanese... Hey, Chicks with the $15 donation. Run it back. Thank you. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Let's make some changes here and run it back. Make some changes here and run it back. So what do we want to do? I want white cards in my deck. I want to splash and have Tide Hollow Sculler and Orzhov Pontiff. All right. Let's pull up this bad Mamma Jamma. I want some Horizon Canopies in my deck. I want these Dark Confidants out of my deck. Sculler sounds great. It makes Tarmogoyf bigger. Jacob, do you need help with something? What do you need help with, buddy? More witness might be okay. Jacob, what do you need help with? Fix it. You're a smart kid. You can. Okay. Horizon Canopy Death Shadow is kind of great. All right. I want a Godless Shrine, I think. I definitely want a Godless Shrine in my deck. Like some Cheerios? Oh, you want some of this? Where's your bowl? Find your bowl, Jacob, and I'll give you some cereal. Do we need blue? I actually think the blue cards are pretty okay. I don't know. Maybe we don't. The flying creatures are pretty good right now. I think the flying creatures are pretty good in the format. Like Scab Ruinator was actually pretty sweet. Like Click was okay a couple of times. Deck needs Murmuring Bosk.
You need help? What do you need help with? Not going on. You want cereal? That's what they eat. Okay.
I'll be right back. I need to run upstairs and get Jacob a snack bowl. Alright, I'm gonna cut the basic island. Pretty sure we don't need that. And if I cut the basic island, that means Marsh Flats is probably a better fetch land than this. Snapcaster is very bad in this deck. Snapcaster is a very bad idea. We just need some mana confluences in our deck. Well, you still have a sub icon next to your name, F Gator. Pontiff, I could put a Pontiff in the main. Pontiff in the main and Pontiff in the board. We do have one slot in the main deck here. We're gonna go up Eternal Witness. I don't know. Witness does seem pretty good in here. No, I don't want files. I want collected companies. I'm gonna put a couple extra witnesses in my board, actually, for when we're grinding. This isn't a toolbox deck. This is a collected company deck. I always find that really, really awkward, and it seems really bad when people put like a lot of one-ofs in their collected company deck. It's like, you do understand that collected company is not a tutor, right? It like ups the consistency of cards you see, but really you should have 2 to 3 cards in your deck even to see them. Yeah, but Click's a more powerful effect. I think Click is a more powerful effect that I'd rather have access to. Nah, I just haven't really been into Hex. I just don't have time for it. They fucked their format up and they're finally like trying to fix it and just like doing more magic. Oh yeah, let's put Kitchen Finks in our Death Shadow deck, chat. Let's put Kitchen Finks in our Death Shadow deck. Do you want more of this? I like Click a lot. I also think one of the reasons why the Humans deck is good right now is because you have the ability to the flying creatures are good. So I think having access to things that block flyers are really good. I don't know, Fred. I just don't really. I don't know if I have time in my schedule for that anymore. I started teaching again, so like I don't know if I have time for extra magic and Hex still. The problem is Click is legendary. Jace like also has value in like making our Thought Seizes and Sapcasters go further. When you have Vial and when you want Collected Company. So Aether Vial is a card that helps you cheat on mana and accelerate threats out faster. Collected Company is a card that helps you generate card advantage, basically. Man, we're up to 27 creature hits on the collected companies too. This deck's so well built. Just good, clean deck building right here. I think I'm happy with this. What else do I want on the sideboard? Do I want like an idol on a Frederick or two? I probably wouldn't mind like an idol on a Frederick or two. There's a Storm mostly fell in its face with the Pro Tour. I'm just put one idol on in here. Makes Death Shadow. Yeah, does that work that way? Does Valraz and Death Shadow work the way we want it to? That would be a funny one of. The problem is it's just like so bad on its own, right? Alright, I think I like this. Is there anything else we're obviously forgetting? Anything else I'm forgetting? Someone mentioned Spell Queller and Reflector Mage. I really don't want 2/3s in my deck, I don't think. The fact that Click trades with Mantis Rider is a big deal, I think. I think you want to start thinking about humans and making small concessions for it. Like, that's a reasonable small concession. Speaking of humans, how would this deck board against it? I probably want to be able to cut my 4 Thought Seizes, which probably means I want to be able to bring in 4 cards out of my sideboard. I probably wouldn't mind having one more piece of spot removal in my sideboard. Vampire Nighthawk. That sounds like an awesome anti-aggro card in our sideboard. That sounds awesome. Can we put Vampire Nighthawk in my sideboard? Is that nuts? Can I do that? I could board that in against Death Shadow too. And bring it against Burn. Nighthawk sounds great. Yeah, but like we can balance it a little bit. No, I don't think that's strictly true. I don't think we have to like have all of one and none of the other. So like against humans, I want to cut these Thought Seizes, and I probably wouldn't be unhappy bringing in like these 4. I guess Orzhov Pontiff is okay in that matchup too. I'm gonna put one Nighthawk in the sideboard. I'm gonna put one Nighthawk in the sideboard. Any other last things before we finish up here? Are these supposed to be more green fetches? How many green lands do I have? I have 4, 5, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 17 green. How many black do I have? 3, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think 21 lands is fine. 21 lands is fine. I think Worship's really narrow. Well, Abrupt Decay kills creatures is nice. Abrupt Decay kills creatures. Bride Mage being a 2/2 is kind of interesting. I don't think I want that many white cards though. Yeah, you don't need graveyard hate. You just die. These decks like these are gonna die to Dredge regardless. You're not gonna beat Dredge by playing like 2 Scavenging Oozes. Just hope to dodge. Now I've got 27 hits. I've got 27 hits. You want a different show? Go ahead and pick Jacob. Now, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I think we've spent enough time not playing Magic. Let's play some Magic. Nah, it's fine. Our deck is very graveyard based. We can't play things like Rip. We've got Tarmogoyfs and Eternal Witnesses. Alright, so what cards do I need to get here? I need to get some Pontiffs, some Scullers, Canopy, and Godless Shrine. I think I'd rather have a 3rd Witness than a 3rd Tracker. I was just like, don't want that many 3-drops, I don't think. I think Renegade Rallier is a little too narrow. I think I'd rather have Witnesses and Tireless Trackers as my value 3-drops. No, I want Nighthawk to block Mantis Riders. Want to block Mantis Riders with that slot. Part of the reasons why the Humans deck does so well and has been doing so well is because flying creatures are really good in Modern right now. So they get to like run people over with their Mantis Riders. I mean, we have tools to beat everything, so obviously we're just never going to lose. So, Godless Shrine, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We need Baleful Six to be really good in Modern. We're probably not that bad against Storm. We're almost certainly a dog to Tron, but like everything I build is a dog to Tron. We have a lot of disruptive elements and an okay clock to beat Storm. No, I'd rather have the Pontiff. The Pontiff is applicable in more places. And again, this isn't a toolbox deck. Like having him one of, we don't have tutors to go find the one of. That's not gonna be a thing that works. Like, Collecting Company is not a tutor. I know it gives you like a little bit of like extra looks, but it's not a tutor. Yeah, I think Humans is a great deck to have in Modern. I think Humans is like, it's got aggressive drive, it's easy to interact with because it's creature based, it's plays a good honest game plan. And I really like Thalia here as a Cathar. It's a card I've never been impressive. Shadow Company sounds like a really bad, like, army division, doesn't it? We have some cards from TGO Traders here. Stop biting that. You're going to hurt your teeth.
Ow.
Yeah. And Summoner's Pack so we can tutor for Pontiff. A bad Tom Clancy double. Are we out of play points? I feel like we gotta be out of play points by now, right? Oh, yeah. Alright, Shadow Company. Take two. Shadow Company, take two. What's up after this? I don't know. Dredge, maybe? We had a donation for Dredge. That seems fine. Got turn 2 Goyf, potentially turn 3 Tracker or Shadow, most likely. I'm gonna have to think about how we're fetching our lands now that we have a 4th color in our deck, though. Basic Forest, Birds of Paradise. They got nice looking birds, too. Is Bernard funny? Remember when a 1-mana 3/3 was banned in Modern, right? Ain't that the truth? Just gonna fetch Shock here twice, I think. Grab Watery Grave, grab Overgrown Tomb. I'm supposed to grab a Breeding Pool since I have Witness in my hand. They'll probably attack me with this next turn. I can play Death Shadow then. Maybe. It could be just like Green-White Value Company too. Yeah, it's Green-White Value Company. My Goyf is so little. My Goyf is so little. I'm probably supposed to have fetched a Black Source there, actually. Drawing spells at some point would be really nice. I'd like to draw spells. Have a timeout and think about what you said. Bloodbraid Elf and Stoneforge Mystic are too good for Modern because, and then use your words like an adult. If you don't use your words like an adult, you get to take a timeout in the corner like a child. Because that's how we roll here. We expect you to be an adult. I know it's tough expecting people to be adults in Twitch chat, but we try. We try. Man, this Tarmogoyf card's a lot worse when you don't have a discard spell on one. We get to get a lot of clues next turn, but probably going to be too little too late. I don't think Batterskull, like, what about the things that are being played in Modern right now make people think that turn 3 Batterskull is unfair? Like, what about it? Okay, you just have to, again, justify yourself. What about, like, think about the things that happen on turn 3 in Modern. And then tell me how a 4/4 with Vigilance and Lifelinks is too strong compared to Karns and Storm and just like all of the other messed up things that happen in Modern. Tell me how that's the card. That's the breaking point. I can die on turn 3. I can get Karned on turn 3. Just like all the things that can happen. But 4/4 with Vigilance and Lifelink. That's the line. That's where we've had enough. All right. Yeah, we're gonna play more Legacy next week, and we're gonna play a ton of Legacy after the Open in Indy. I think I'm going to the Open in Indy, which is Modern, so I've been playing more Modern to practice for that. It's just a Thoughtseize out matchup. No one had to pay me for that rant. I mean, to be fair, they pay me for rants because they've heard all the free ones in the past, and the free ones are medium excellent. Yeah, GTA's the messed up card. Is this an Orzhov Pontiff matchup? It's probably not, right? Gonna trim a couple of Thoughtseizes here. Happy birthday, Alpa. Welcome to adulthood. It's the same as being a child, only with more bills. Oh, I need to update the deck list. Thank you. Need to do that. You want a different show? Okay. My Magic Online is currently locking up. Go point out the one you want. I feel like, and this is the second half to that rant that we haven't done recently. Did you know that there were people that were adamant that Bitter Blossom and Valakut and Wild Nikado and Ancestral Vision, people were certain that those were cards that were too powerful for Modern as well, just as there are people that will tell you without justification that Stoneforge Mystic is too good for Modern. It's just like, well, just because it's banned doesn't mean it's too good. There's been countless times where there's cards that have been banned for a very long time, and they pull them off the ban list, and they do stone nothing after they come off the ban list, because they actually just weren't too good. If the upside of playing a 1/2 and getting to untap with that 1/2 would be getting a 4/4 that can get Culligan's commanded and abraded and just like destroyed, Sword of the Meek, just like all of these cards. Just like all of these cards, people are like, no, those are too good. It's like, well, if you really think about it, it's probably not too good. You really think about it. Hey, Justin Muttons with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thanks a lot, bud. I appreciate that, as always. Subs are the best way you could support my content here. Anyone that's claiming they have fair and balanced objective Magic the Gathering data is lying to you, because all Magic data is pretty significantly biased in at least some way, shape, or form, because we don't get impartial data. It did go through. Thank you, Justin. It did go through. Thank you very much for that. Hey, we're gonna Abrupt Decay the crap out of this guy, right? Hopefully we can find a land drop too. Sweet. So I'm gonna start by looting here, see what we get. Horizon Canopy, that's pretty good. Am I just ditching this this Noble Hierarch? Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this and then crack my fetch. Probably grab a Godless Shrine here. So I have my white mana covered. And then I get to go Abrupt Decay this into play this Death Shadow. We can, if they don't get rid of this Jace, we can flip the Jace and then flashback and Abrupt Decay on something next turn too, which feels good. If your thing's not working, disconnect it and reconnect it. That usually shakes it loose. Is Discord having issues? No, Discord appears to be up. Collected Company. Collected Company. I'm so excited, Chad. I'm so excited. I'm gonna Coco first. Let's see what we get. Use all our mana. Double Sculler in. In for Double Sculler. It's so delicious, chat. I can't even contain myself with how delicious it is. Elspeth, Sun's Champion, and Bricks. Alright. They're going for us. Take a loot here. I don't really need another Jace. Plus on their Voice of Resurgence here, pass the turn. Next turn we can flash back our collected company. Did anyone play Standard when that was a thing? Yep. Take it to flashback company, plus play this Death Shadow next turn. The old end step company into Jace, untap, flashback my company. It's real good. It's real good times. I like that standard format. I thought it was fine. That standard format was fine. Ooh. Ooh, Scab Ruinator. And Eternal Witnesses? Baby. Oh, baby. Any order on the rest of those? What's she gonna rebuy? Pick this Abrupt Decay back up. I get a fetch land and play a Tarmogoyf this turn. I'm just gonna pick the Abrupt Decay back up. There seem to be some illegal cards in our Frontier deck. Lol. Do I want to offer the trade on the Voice for the Sculler? I don't think so. Next turn I can just like uptick the Jace on the Voice and then smash in. There might have been merit to grabbing the fetch land just because it like kind of put the Death Shadow into overdrive. The opponent played a Forest, so they still have a Horizon Canopy in their hand that we know about. What are the odds they have a collected company? Oh, I don't have double blue mana. That's awkward. That's awkward. Alright, I'm gonna plus here. I think I'm gonna smash with everything to start. Let's get aggressive here. They have company, I have Abrupt Decay. They have Horizon Canopy and X. It makes me feel like they have a company since they didn't play a Horizon Canopy out here. The first league went really poorly. It was a mixture of having built the deck badly and then playing it worse. If you missed that first league, you can catch it on YouTube here real soon. And by soon, I mean after we're done streaming today. How do we go beep beep? I don't understand. I don't understand. They have a path? They do have a path. Okay. That kind of sucks. That means you're going to jam the Elspeth next turn. Because I don't have a, I have another blue source here. It's unfortunate. Am I supposed to Goif, or am I supposed to try and cycle to hit something so I could smash in through to the, so I could click the Elspeth? If I hit a blue source, yeah, I'm actually gonna crack this for try and hit a blue source here, I think. And a Death Shadow, sure. Oh, I could Decay Noble to stop 6 mana. Yeah, that's actually a really good line. I like that a lot. Good call, good call. Good call. God bless you, chat. You saved me from myself. Saved me from myself. Have a ban. You could do exactly right. They're not secret. You literally click OK. We're not gonna rant about that one. We're just gonna ban that one and then just like move them on up there. Just gonna ban that one and move on with our lives. All right, so let's like target my abrupt decay here. All right, going to game 3 here in our first match with our new and improved collected shadow deck. Want to change anything? I don't think I want to change anything really. I mean, this Kite Sail freebooter is like marginally better than this Thoughtseize. That's not even true. I feel like, yeah, that person's upset that we timed them out before. They can give their justification. You can type your justification with your post. You don't have to like hit enter after every sentence you type. In fact, it's encouraged to not hit enter after every sentence you type. Pontiff for Elspeth. I can buy that for $1. Not a huge fan of this Thoughtseize. Not a huge fan of this Thoughtseize. Ups my collected company hits too. Did that get in there? It did not. Whatever. Seems pretty good, right? Turn 2 tracker. I mean, like, they don't have any way to, like, find their Elspeth, right? Yeah, we have one Nighthawk in the sideboard. I wanted an extra creature we could company into that could trade with Mantis Rider. Scavenging Use is pretty annoying. Need like a Fatal Push or something for that one. So what do I do here? I think I'm just going tracker into tracker, make infinite clues, right? If you catch the replay, I'm sure it's going to be in chat for a second there. I just don't have time to scroll back and ban people. Got to work on my Overwatch APM too. We're going to stream some of that at some point. The game's been fun. I've been playing that. Do I want to trade here? Scavenging Use is pretty annoying. I think I'm going to take this trade. I just like kind of want to preserve my health total a little bit here. So I think this trade is good for us. Like I have a Witness and a Jason in my hand. Wow. Good line, opponent. Good quality. Just nothing but the best out of our opponents here. I think I'd be pretty surprised if they banned anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they unbanned stuff, though. Would not be surprised if they unbanned stuff. Now we get to go Tireless Tracker into Fetch Land Jace. See if they have another path here or not. They did miss a land drop, so that's good for us. Wouldn't be too surprised if they have another path. Well, I guess if they have another path, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that pre-combat. I think I'm going to shock here just so I leave an extra basic in my deck. I love you, oldest son. Even if you are loud. Even if you are loud. I would like to see Stoneforge Mystic, Twin, and Birthing Pod unbanned. Probably Bloodbraid Elf as well. I mean, remember, reprinting doesn't mean they're unbanning. Like, they reprinted Splinter Twin and then banned it. Is my Magic Online locked up? Oh yeah, definitely locked up. Time for Magic Online start nap. Enjoy my wallpaper. It's beautiful. Enjoy my wallpaper. It's beautiful. Would you like to stand behind me? I have no idea. Magic Online is logging in. Obnoxious. I love you, monster. But you're a monster. You're a monster. All right. What do we got going on here? All right, it's loading back up. It's coming too. I think I want to shock here again, so I still have this basic left in my deck. I grab Godless Shrine here. Yes. Cast this Jace. We got a lot of cards in the bank here. Opponent's choked on mana, so that's good for us. Jacob, you can't put the blanket over my head, buddy. Yeah, opponent choked on mana, we're choked by a child. Ain't that the truth? Alright, crack this, see what we get. They're casting Collected Company in response. Sure? I don't have a Pontiff in my deck right now. Don't have a Pontiff in my deck right now, which is really unfortunate. I did not think they had this many X1s in their deck. Oh, right, there's Naven Mines. It's like, where's my swamp? We're lucky this hit at all. Tide Hollow Skuller's an okay hit here. Tap my lands a little bit wrong, though. Probably have multiple companies, be really sad. Gross. I'm probably supposed to take the company still, right? I think so. That's what I'm just supposed to take. Hopefully we can survive to get something going here. The company means their mana is mostly tied up for scavenging ooze, which is good for us. Maybe we get this Jace flipped over potentially. He is crying. He's upset that I told him he can't be on top of my head and put a blanket over my face. And this is upsetting when you're 3. You can't stop smothering your father. This is not allowed. It's very upsetting. Need a company or a Scab Ruinator doesn't do it actually. Click would be okay here though. Click would actually be pretty good because we could click a card out of our hand, right? So if I crack this fetch, I can flip my Jace because my opponent doesn't have any. Because my opponent doesn't have any green mana up to activate the Scavenging Ooze, so we're definitely gonna do that. This might brick, but I just want to get this card in my graveyard. Yeah, not surprised that that messed. I just want to get the card in my graveyard so I can flip this Jace. Start plussing this on their Mind Sensor now. Start by cracking a clue, see what we get. Click's a pretty good draw. Can play this Death Shadow out that's pretty large. Do I want to smash in with this Tireless Tracker? They probably don't. They really don't have any good blocks, right? Hey, Nikki Sack with the $5 donation. Please give what you consider a good argument for Stoneforge Mystic to remain banned. Seems fun to argue the other side. I feel like the only way you could really argue to keep Stoneforge Mystic banned is it's like the birthing pod argument, right? Like birthing pod existing in the format restricts future card design. So like they can't print good equipment while Stoneforge exists because it narrows that design space is basically the argument, I think. I guess if I attack with the Tracker 2 that lets them attack wide on the ground, but I kind of just need to pressure them, right? Nah, probably not. I'm just gonna pass here. See, I don't think that's a good argument though. I think if you think something could be a problem in the future, ban it when it becomes a problem. There's no reason why I can't enjoy Birthing Pod and Stoneforge Mystic until they're too good. Like, banning them preemptively makes no sense to me. Yes, but that's the argument, right? That the only thing that's even close to logical is that basis. God, could you imagine if we had a Pontiff in our deck to draw to right now? We'd just slaughter them. Yeah, I'm just taking this hit. But that's why you have a watch list. One, I think it's a shit argument to say you can't ban and unban things because it financially impacts people too much. Magic is a luxury hobby. It isn't food. It isn't water. It isn't something that you have a basic human right to have access to. I'm sorry if you feel like you have a basic human right to have access to Magic the Gathering. You're wrong. It is this, like, no one complains that golf clubs are expensive or that if you want to play football in high school you have to pay too much for gear. Like, nobody complains about those things. Like, that's not how the world works. This is a thing that you do because you enjoy it and because you have extra spending money to do it. Guess what? If you play Magic the Gathering at all, you do so because you have the privilege to do so. There are people out there that don't have money to do the basic things that every human should have the right to have, like food and water and stuff like that. And Magic players go off on this sense of entitlement that, like, I should be able to afford to play every deck, or it's rude to me to ban things. Like, no, Wizards of the Coast should worry about designing their game to be fun, not worry about the pricing aspect of it. Like, if the only thing they should about the price aspect of it, if they want it to be cheaper, they could print more cards. Also, the flip side of that is, if you think Magic should be cheaper, the company that bans and unbans the cards, they also control how much the Magic cards cost. They could make Magic cheaper if they wanted to. If they're worried is people are going to lose money, they could make the cards cheaper. It's just a fact. Nah, I banned them. They don't need to be back. How come? Ain't nobody got time for that stuff. And subscribing to Hoagland. Certainly not a basic human necessity. Am I supposed to abrupt decay something here? Probably. It's gonna abrupt decay their flyer. Hey, hand over fist 64, the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, if I smash with the shadow, I'm gonna have a bad time with this Voice of Resurgence token. A bad time with this Voice of Resurgence token. I think I'm just on a holding pattern for now. Hey, Lay Nastier with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, normal Twitch subs and Prime subs are exactly the same to me. Awesome, I'm glad the YouTube content's been good for you. I'm just gonna pass here. We're looking for more Death Shadow. Like, I'm ahead in this game state right now because we have Tireless Tracker and Clues, right? I'm basically just like trying not to die by mistake. So that's the goal here. Tireless Tracker of their own is pretty good. It's gonna kind of be at parity. We have similar amounts of mana just because I have more lands than them. If they attack with a bird here, I think I need to block with a Vidility Click, just keep my life total high. Why not support you? Thank you! Hey, Slife99 with the brand new $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. New subs, remember that if you use Discord, you should join the subs only Discord that I maintain. Yep, well now we have to... Oh, that's actually really good for them, because that means their Bird of Paradise is going to be 3 power when attack, so we have to chump block now. That's unfortunate. So I'm going to have to chump block this. I get to crack this for a swamp, and then crack a clue at end of turn, and hopefully we can company into a Scab Ruinator. Is ideally what could happen here. Again, I didn't bring in my Orzhov Pontiffs, which seems like it was a mistake. First time. I haven't played a ton against this green-white deck, so I wasn't sure how good it was going to be. The good news is they're out of cards, so we've got that going for us. We're hoping to find, like, Collected Company into Scab Ruinator here. We get a few looks. Another click would also buy us a turn with a chump block. More lands. Okay. That's a company. Do I go for the sure thing with the click, or do I just try and company into Ruinator here? It's a real question. I feel like I'm supposed to play to win. I could brick here, but I think we're just pretty dead if I'm just like chump blocking again next turn, so I'm gonna try and find a Scab Ruinator. Double Shadow Death Hunter. Yep. Alright, well, we're dead. If I would have brought in Pontiff. No, draw step click doesn't work. They have a voice here. Alright, we died. I think that was a worthwhile gamble. I feel like just jumping with the click, like, I don't get to see that many more cards, and, like, it doesn't actually change the percentages, right? Because I could just, like, draw a Scab Ruinator and then not be able to cast it. If Scab Ruinator was castable, I think waiting there is fine, but because Scab Ruinator wasn't castable, because I didn't have 3 creatures in my graveyard, I think I'm just supposed to try and hit it there, and then be able to stabilize the board, and then eventually start pressuring them with my multiple large threats. But looking back on especially how that game played out in like the context of the creatures in their deck, I definitely should have had some amount of Orzhov Pontiffs in my deck post-board in that matchup. I might keep this. If we hit a land, we get to turn 3 company. Yeah, the green-white value deck seems pretty anemic every time I play it. I don't understand why you wouldn't just like play a blue source and then play some retreat to core home so you can put a combo kill in your deck. Land, please. Land, please. Nope. Alright, well now they're gonna see us miss a land drop and they're gonna kill our dorks, so we're gonna be really sad, but we tried. Ding, fries are done. Nothing to see here, opponent. There's no way I possibly have a collected company. It'd be just wrong. Which, it's a straight lie. Lies and damnable lies. Give this a chance to clear a land before I cast my company. Yep. Survey says... Did I see the mono judge calls that were the last round of the Pro Tour? I did, in fact. Drop Masha. They bolted my Death Shadow. That's sad. That's a pretty good hand. Am I just trading with Goblin Guide here? Nah, probably not. I'm gonna take Searing Blaze. Play this out. He was attacking them for 4 here. We have Goyf back on defense. I could Fatal Push one of these. Pass the turn here. Wouldn't be too surprised to see them point the Rift Bolt at the Tidehull Scholar here. Yep, this gives them the Searing Blaze back. They're up a land, that's pretty good for them. They don't rip a land would be a pretty okay spot here, because Grave's attacking pretty quickly. Might go get Watery Grave with this. Spike me, probably. Yep. So, Grave's a 5/6 now, which means it's going to be a 2-turn clock. Must have a lightning bolt here, right? Just gonna push this off a cliff. Oh, they have Searing Blaze. Okay, so we're gonna be dead here, right? Oh no, I can click the Boros Term out of their hand. But then they get to Helix me. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be dead. They have Boros Charm Helix in hand. This company save me from anything. Oh, I could hit double Sculler, right? All right. So Freebooter seems fine here. Fulminator actually seems okay. Pontiff is pretty bad. Thoughtseize is pretty bad. No, that's not how Searing Blaze works. And we'd have to Fetch Shock through that anyway, so it wouldn't preserve us on anything, but that is in fact not how that card works. So Searing Blaze, unlike Searing Blood, targets the creature and the player. So even if I remove the creature target, it still has the player target, so you'll still take 3. Yeah, cards resolve as much as they can. I cut Thoughtseize because our opponent's playing a burn deck. Most of the time, Thoughtseize just reads like gain 1 or 2. No, I think Eidolon's too slow. This hand just doesn't do enough. This hand gets to go Sculler into Death Shadow. That seems okay. Really want that on turn 2. And if we were on the draw, we'd keep that. It also gives us a chance to land with a Goblin Guide here, potentially. Which is nice. Well, all right, sure, why not? If they brick for a turn, we might be able to get them with this Death Shadow. If they brick for another turn. They need to brick this turn. We need to brick this turn and next turn. Hopefully this tank means they bricked. Well, this tank could mean that they hit and they're trying to figure out what 2-drop they want to play. Well, if they hit a 2-drop, if they hit a land, it's just like easy Blaze here, right? Burn is a very good deck. It just doesn't have a lot of play to it. There's some play to every Magic the Gathering deck, but like by and large, Burn's games are often decided by like how many lands you drew. So this is a 1/1. Do I want to play this tapped or do I want to shock it in? I want to shock it in. So I can block this Goblin Guide. I have no idea. Jacob. So you have Boros Charm, Spike, another Blaze, and an Eidolon here. It's like kind of refreshing to play Burn on occasion. The roll of paper towels is not a toy. The roll of paper towels is not a toy. No matter how much you want it to be. You are full of piss and vinegar. I'm pretty sure if they Searing Blaze this for one, it works the way I want it to. I'm pretty sure if they Searing Blaze this for one, it lives as a 4/4. Oh, that's really unfortunate. It's a very good draw, opponent. A very good draw for the opponent. One card we didn't know. What was that one? I think I just play this Collected Company now because I have to go to 5 to cast it. Get some Tide Hollow Scullers. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, we have Fulminator Mage in our deck too. So like, get my Stone Rain and my 8/8. Your move. God bless it. Oh, so we're dead. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Jacob? Quiet, buddy. Quiet. Quiet. Because Reed Duke is a much better Magic player than most people, and that includes most people on the Pro Tour. We're dead here, right? Pretty dead. Hey, I feel like our experiment has been a failure. I feel like our experiment has been a failure. It was a fun failure, but it certainly feels like a failure. Let's bash our head one more time here. See how it goes. If you're interested in finding out if I'm willing to play a deck, you should DM me on Twitter or private message me on Twitch. I don't check deck list midstream. The 3-2 Dream, Bionic Broccoli with the bits. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. I mean, I think to a degree people overstate how much being familiar with the deck gives you an edge in Modern. I think Abzan and Green Black X in general are just like reasonable decks in Modern, and like Reed Duke is a good player playing a reasonable deck, so he did well with it. Play well, play a good deck, like run a little bit hot and you'll do well. Seems okay. Scab in the opener kind of sucks, but these three are castable. Basic Swamp, huh? I think I probably just abrupt decay that, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, anyone that top eights anything had to run a little bit hot to do so. Like, anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is lying to you. Like, Reed Duke's a world-class player, right? But, like, his win percentage on the Pro Tour is probably less than 70% still. Magic's a game that has variance by design. Good players win more often, but they don't win all the time. Leon gonna suck here. I guess I get to bin Scabarinator. I guess I just get to bin this. And then I can end step a click. Hopefully they don't have souls. I don't want to draw step click to clear for souls because what's the word I'm searching for? I want to be able to not get edicted by this. Yeah, like your good Magic players, they're winning, 60, 65% of the time instead of, that 50, 55 that average and mediocre Magic players are winning. No Lingering Souls is great for us here. I'm gonna fetch a Watery Grave here, untapped, and I'm gonna click them because I'm pretty happy with both the spells in my hand. Oh, that's actually a good line. When I get rid of Fatal Push, yeah, I think that's probably fine. I would prefer they have a random rather than that. That is actually a nuts draw because it means I get to make the Liliana not be able to Edict us next turn with the Exalted trigger. I get to play my hand out here. To grab Overgrown Tomb here. And go Goyf Shadow. Or Godless Shrine a mint. We played straight green black on stream and Sultai midrange on stream recently. The green black archetypes are very good. Super reasonable. The interactive decks are very good in Modern. The problem is that just like the interactive decks have a bunch of unwinnable matchups that the unwinnable whatever, the fair decks have a bunch of unwinnable matchups like Tron, right? And obviously, when we say unwinnable, that we don't literally mean unwinnable, we mean 90-10. So just like, because, you know, Breed did beat... Ooh, so they have another play here in a Goyf. Okay, interesting. It's another Goyf of my own. So this is an easy just smash Liliana turn, right? Pretty easy just smash Liliana. Pretty far ahead now. That's good, but they only have one green, right? Do I want to smash with my Tarmogoyfs here? It gives them the option to trade Grimflayer for one, but I think that's fine. $90-10 is just a good way to say a skewed matchup. We don't actually have good, honest metrics. Again, there's no honest data in Magic the Gathering. The only honest data in Magic the Gathering is data that only Wizards of the Coast has access to. The unmolested Magic Online data. How many creatures are in graveyards right now? Just one? Two? There's two. I'm just attack for 4. I'm just gonna attack for 4 in the air and play another Tarmogoyf out. And honestly, part of the reasons why Wizards of the Coast hides that Magic Online data, because it's much easier for the community to just like argue with each other when you don't have like, when you have good, clean, objective data, it's very easy. It is dirty to mess with the data. Don't mess with my data. You are molesting my data if you're messing with it. Am I casting this to make my Death Shadow bigger? Probably not. See, look how good flying creatures are in Modern right now. It's like brought my own Mantis Rider. Got me. Oh, there weren't sorceries in the bin. Huh. I wasn't thinking about that. The fact that there weren't sorceries in the bin maybe meant playing that was good, because then I could just smash with everything. Alright, now am I just supposed to hit the smash button? Like A space, smash face? They could just like bounce some Goyfs. Nah, I could die in the backswing. I'm just gonna keep attacking with this click. Play our Grizzly Bear out. Why does Goyf have +1 defense? Nobody will ever know. Is our youngest son still sleeping?
No.
Where is he? Man, I appreciate the size of my opponent's stones. Just like, I don't know if my balls would be that big to play Dark Confidant here. I guess they're not winning, right? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, exalted. Ooh, exalted. Spindilian click is so exalted. All right, show me a 2, Bobby. Show me a 1. What did they eat? Yeah, nice magic card. All right, scoreboard. We are on it. This is definitely a big Game Hunter matchup. This is an okay Vampire Nighthawk matchup. This is definitely a Pontiff out matchup. Eternal Witness in for sure. Winter Mage might be okay too. I'm gonna cut the Thoughtseizes. Do I want Fulminators over Noble Hierarchs? Exalted was pretty good there. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, you're sick, honey. Can you come over here to give me the plague?
Yeah. You'll be miserable with me.
So you can be miserable with me. I don't know if Freebooter is good enough. Discard's usually not very good in matchups like this because what you saw happen last game is often what happens. We both just come down to top decking. I'm just going to submit like this. Could maybe be talked into more Fulminators. Exalted is good for Goyf on Goyf action. That's true. That's true. How long are we streaming today? I don't know, maybe one more league after this?
Your wife is sick. You need to take care of her.
You're fine. You're so needy.
What part of me makes you sick?
Oh.
Oh, cupcake.
Bionic broccoli with the cupcakes big. 10 out of 10, your deck is better than Reed Duke's deck. There's a big cupcake at the end.
Cute. Didn't you buy cough drops recently?
It did.
Where are they?
They should be in the cabinet, I believe. No, I bought NyQuil. No, I did buy cough drops for Jake. He didn't like them. I don't know. Wherever you put them.
I didn't touch them.
You're the one that hides things.
I never saw them ever in my life.
This is a pretty easy shock. Noble Hierarchy here.
I didn't get the plague because I'm social. I got it because I have to have a job.
He may have to start working for a living. Now she gets sick pay from work. It's okay.
Not technically.
Alright, so we drew a Death Shadow. Do I want to just play Charmergoyf here? I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my Noble Hierarchy. They want to trade here, more power to him. Then we'll shock this in and jam the Charmergoyf. Next turn we could fetch shock. That only gets us to 13 though. When I was a professional here and revealed Treetop Village.
I want to go to bed.
It's 5 o'clock.
I want to go to bed.
You can go to bed when the kids go to bed.
No.
Ew, Lingering Souls. Gross. Fulminator Mage. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I can't click in Shadow because the Shadow will die.
I think this one's rude.
Pinky, you hurt Christy's feelings.
I'm a really nice girl.
I'm a really nice girl. Well, right now you're just a nice plague carrier. Do I want to just Stone Rain them?
I want a couple cups of go to sleep.
A couple cups of go to sleep. Yeah, who am I asking Twitch chat should we Stone Rain our opponent? Twitch chat's answer to that question is always certainly yes, Stone Rain them. Liliana the Last Hope? Oh no! I liked my Noble Hierarch. That's sad.
I think you should have a roll against
Who said that? Made a rape joke.
Rohypnol is the date rape.
Is that really a rape joke? They actually wanted to go to sleep.
I mean, it's called the date rape drug.
I mean, I'm sure it was developed for a purpose other than that, to help people sleep.
Probably.
You actually do have soup in the fridge still.
That was bad soup.
It was the soup you asked for.
It was bad.
Man, that card's really good against our Liliana too, huh? Grab a breeding pool here. Untap so I can just have a large shadow.
You know what my favorite meal when I was sick was when I was a kid?
What's that?
Salami on white bread and flamin' hot Cheetos.
Salami and flamin' hot Cheetos. Or do I attack them here? Just like hope Bob does a job? I should attack Liliana.
Honey, could we go to Ohio and get some homemade chicken noodle soup? Oh, I should call my mommy. She makes the best chicken noodles.
Wonder if I'm supposed to hit them there. They have so many 3-drops in their deck. Okay, so if they thought seize, I just play the click and response. That way my other creatures stay larger. I think we're fetch shocking here to make my shadow a 5/5.
I don't like donuts as bread. Cupcakes. I like cupcakes.
So grab Godless Shrine here in case we rip a Tidal Scholar. So I know this is dying, but we're gonna lose it anyway, so might as well play it out here and get some information on their hand. I'll get to plus their Liliana the Last Hope on it and give it -2/-1. Hello, Jacob. Get Abrupt Decay in response here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They pressure our life total a little bit more. Well,
What are you trying to
you can keep all those. It's a real shame this click's gonna die, because their hand is real bad. Our Goyf's a 4/5 now, though, so we've got that going for us. Treetop Village closes pretty quickly, though. Like, if I attack with the Goyf and I don't draw anything, we're just dead on board because of the Treetop Village. What do I want to hit here? I think I just want to hit them, right? I just want to hit them. They're pretty likely to jump block if I attack them. I think they're likely to jump block regardless of who I attack here. I personally consider a draw a loss. That's like, I personally consider a draw a loss. That's like saying I personally consider chickens to be cows, even though I'm wrong because a chicken is not a cow, but I feel like it is, so I'm going to say it is. Is that how that works? Like, what's the purpose of saying that, right? Like, all right, they had fatal push, so we're dead. See if they see it. Holy crap, they... Wait, what? Why didn't they... I don't understand. So you're gonna push my Tarmogoyf and hope you don't die to your... Oh, they're gonna Lily their Dark Confidant. That makes sense. They're gonna Lily their Dark Confidant and then push my Goyf. I guess it kinda makes sense. I don't know. I feel like they should have... Your move, Kaiba. Man, remember that time we didn't put Teamer Battle Rage in our Death Shadow deck? We just played our deck like a fair mid-range deck and didn't put a combo kill in it? Why didn't I put a combo kill in my deck? That would be so much better. Should have put a combo kill. Joke's on you, opponent. I'm taking my own way out. The desk pounding is making my mirrors move. I need to work on remembering not to desk pound. It's just a habit. Just a habit. Why isn't Berserk modern legal? Anyways, asking the real questions. Gotta splash red for this card. Need more Rowanus in our life. Man, our first day back doing Legacy is going to be interesting. We've got a lot of weird ones in the queue. You can find the donation queue here. So if we die in a blaze here, we're going to ship these cards back and pull one more thing out of the modern queue, I think. No, maybe we'll play the Hollowed One deck. It's okay. Not super exciting, but fine. Bottom another land at this point. Yeah, we talked about Varels. Just like, it's a tough sell to play cards that aren't individually powerful in a format like Modern. Like, Synergy decks have a really hard time against, like, the other fair decks. They just get picked apart. And, like, if Varels isn't good against fair decks, and it's slow and clunky against combo decks, that means it's just not really good against anything. Okay, ripping the Fatal Push after they ripped the Eruptic out of our hand feels pretty good. Yeah, Todd Stevens worked on that deck. It just seems pretty terrible. You just need something like bigger, stronger to do. If you're not comboing people, you need to have like discard in your deck. Yep. Pretty easy, push you off a cliff here. I'm gonna shock this in. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Nighthawk. This leaves the tracker in my hand exposed to a discard spell, but it protects it against potential removal. So that's nice. Yep, immediately punished. I think they have more removal than discard in their deck, most likely. Especially post-board. So, remember, percentage plays mean that you're just like trying to play around the most possible things you can. You can never play around everything. It's a good draw. I'm rooting for Lantern, so they ban Ancient Stirrings. Yeah, I listen to Pandora all the time. Resolves. Man, who's ready to Collected Company into some Death Shadows here? I know I am. I'm ready to Collected Company into some Death Shadows. No whammy. No whammy, 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 no whammy. 4 Death Shadows. Aww. Alright, so we're definitely getting Eternal Witness and then probably Charmergoyf. We'll sack the Nighthawk. Hey, Fred Thy with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. Really do appreciate that. The ban list update happens on the 12th, but it doesn't go into effect until the 20th, I believe. The weekend after, indeed, is when it goes into effect. So I get to send this at Liliana and this at them. Yeah, Seki Nighthawk does make Future Shadows better. I guess it's like takes a potential removal spell out of play because like the Witness isn't that appealing, but I kind of like making my shadows better when we're on the aggression. I could see merit to keeping the Nighthawk. Like, we're pretty far off of shadows anyways. Probably argue. Gosh, this is good. Let me tell you about Collected Company and Eternal Witness. Our wheel is thoroughly spun here. Like they have a fatal push here. Pick off the Scabberinator probably. Maybe the Tarmogoyf. We are one creature off of being able to cast a Scabberinator from our discard pile. Stamp the bingo board. I'm like, I don't even want to recast the Scab here because I just want to like play my Collected Company. Yeah, nice. Nice Abzan deck opponent. Sweet on the scoreboard. I'm feeling the rally, chat. Are you feeling the rally? Are you feeling the rally coming back? Gonna get that sweet 3-2 money. Sweet 3-2 money. We're waiting for the fourth match to pop up, just like say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for joining us here. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. We're hanging out playing Modern here on this channel. If you enjoy what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch. That's the absolute best way you could support my content here. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. I'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And finally, inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags there with them. There's some more bits, Barney Broccoli. Make the cup fill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good, right? Got Dork, Collected Company. Currently deal 6 to ourselves. We're a little bit off the Death Shadow. Hopefully, we're up another fetch land. 8 tips on how to use the UI. Get used to using the hotkeys. That pass hotkey and that auto pass hotkey. Like here, I'm gonna press my auto pass hotkey so it doesn't stop and ask me to click priority in any more of my stops this turn. If you don't have any plays, use your auto pass hotkeys. The deck rental place went out of business. They are closing up. This is the classic Shadow Company, modern staple Shadow Company. Come on now, chat. I think that's really narrow. I think if you're expecting an exceptional amount of Death Shadow in the format, like, it's probably fine, but like, you know, even just look at the Pro Tour. Like, even the Pro Tour metagame probably wasn't narrow enough to dedicate 2 slots to Death Shadow alone. Modern's a format about getting the most out of every slot that you play, and playing a card like Betrayal doesn't do that for you. Got our mana base. Oh, lordy. So it's gonna get Godless Shrine, and this will probably get green black. Yeah, so with Godless Shrine here, this will get Overgrown Tomb, cast Tidehall Sculler. Wouldn't be super surprised to get like remanded or something like that here. Got 2 more draw steps, set a land for this company. Hopefully we can get a fetch land next turn, so that way we can go Tidehollow Sculler into Death Shadow. So remember, Tidehollow Sculler is not worded like Kitesail Freebooter works. So if my opponent kills this in response to its trigger like that, my Tidehollow Sculler now gets to permanently exile a card from my opponent's hand. So that's probably a pretty bad play on their part. They just get to like take your Snapcaster Mage forever. So their Snapcaster Mage is gone and it's not coming back now. I mean, if they untapped and played Blood Moon, I'd concede. Good games, well played. That's how it goes. Someone paid for us to run it back, Burgle. There aren't a bunch of them. I just wanted to make changes, and someone's like, let's see the changes. And I was like, alright, sure. Hopefully we hit a fetch land here. Thing in the ice. Alright. There's the Pro Tour Pyromancer deck playing Thing in the Ice. Ugh. Now we really want to hit a fetch land so we can get this company in these shadows. Actually, if we hit a fetch land next turn, we get to go Tireless Tracker into fetch Death Shadow. I'm just taking their opt here, right? Should take their opt. Super Bowl, that's football, right? We want the forks. Top, bottom here. Let's see, this is an okay draw. I'm gonna make an attack in here first. Make an attack first. Rats, they called. Alright, take your Cryptic Command away, play some Death Shadows. There. These are my 1/1s. My 1/1s are anemic. It's a pretty good draw. They could bolt my Sculler and then opt this turn. They also potentially just kill a Death Shadow. Electrolyze would that'd be like the first time in the history Magic Electrolyze gets 2, right? No, I don't think so. I think I just want the Cryptic Command because it like draws them cards and buys them turns to flip this Thing in the Ice. Ideally, I want to try and kill them before they get to that point. Yep, I like this line from the opponent. It allows them to flip the thing in the ice next turn. Hopefully we hit an untapped land here so we can cast our Collected Company. It's pretty good too. It's pretty good too. Stupid basic lands not letting my Death Shadows grow up. Honestly, I think... No, they're avatars. I think I'm gonna let my opponent flip their thing in the ice and reset their Pyromancer and their elemental tokens here, if they try to. And then just, like, decay the thing. Because it's still 2 converted mana cost when it flips over. They topped a card there. So, yeah, I think if they try to flip this, I'm just gonna allow that and then abrupt decay it. It, like, resets their elementals. Makes them pay 2 more for the Pyromancer. I mean, it doesn't kill my board. It bounces my board, but I get to bring it back. I get to replay them. Alright, I think if they pass here, I'm just going to end step decay the thing. This is so loose. This is so good for me. So this puts them in a sweet squeeze where if they want to... Oh, I stacked these wrong. Fuck, I stacked these wrong. I should have stacked these the other way, so that way the Orzhov Pontiff trigger resolved before the Tidehollow Scholar trigger. So I wanted to make it so that way that if they wanted to save their Pyromancer from the Pontiff, they had to lose a card permanently to Scholar. Okay, my opponent decided they don't... My opponent apparently decided to punt back, and they've triggered their thing. So my opponent should have let the Tidehollow Scholar trigger resolve, and then do it. And they bolted my thing instead of bolting... I don't understand what's happening right now. I don't get it at all. I don't understand. I mean, sure, I guess I'll get rid of this one. Thanks, I guess. Oh, you know what? I can't recast the Pontiff, right? No, that's not true. I have Witness to rebuy my Godless Shrine. Maybe I'm just supposed to let that happen. Maybe I was just supposed to, like, witness my Godless Shrine and play that, and then, like, take the hit from that, so that way my Death Shadows could be huge. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, that's probably what I was supposed to do. Oh lord, they drew a Field of Ruin. This is actually just Wasteland at this point. Fuck, now we have to draw a land, so I got super punished for not getting a land back this turn. Well then, just mono mistakes, I'll take it. Maybe they just really wanted to get my white source again, I guess. I'm super excited about that, because like if they would have timed that on their turn, like we'd be pretty far out of this game. So probably go same thing this next turn, go witness, get my godless shrine, shock it in. When my shadows grow up. No, I have another, if I didn't have another witness in my hand, I think I'd wait like that, but I think because I have the witness in my hand, it's worth just like jamming. Like, outside of them chaining a bunch of cryptic commands here, I'm really not that worried about what they could have. We do know they're not ghosting, you're not wrong. All right, well that was interesting. Bring in the anti-pyromancer technology. We have the technology, chat. This is great. What is not good here? Is Big Game Hunter good? It kills flipped thing in the ice, but that's really want to kill it before we get to that point, right? Are Scob and Click good? Probably, because they're evasive. Thoughtseize is good against their counter magic. No, I just bored down on Scob and Click because they're awkward on our mana. And I'm bringing in a bunch of white spells. I could see that being the case. Bring in a Big Game Hunter. Look at that. This is Shadow Company. Modern staple Shadow Company. We had a fun idea on stream. Oh, yeah, actually I like that. I like the idea of Eidolon in this matchup. I think you're right, Immortal. I think that seems fine. Oh, Scob's a horror. Oh, geez, that's... Yeah, okay. Save, submit. No, I think that is relevant. I think that is relevant. I can literally just... I don't want to tell you feelings. I can just tell you math. You're 60, 27 hits, looking at 6 cards. Sample size, looking for 2. With 27 hits in 60 cards, we're 85% to hit 2 creatures, and we're 98% to hit 1 creature. Oh, it really doesn't let me resubmit, does it? Weird. I want to know how those numbers make you feel. There's no room for feelings here. Let's just talk about the cold hard facts. So like the correct assumption, Immortal, is that we're drawing equal parts lands and spells out of our deck. So in the event that you've drawn more creatures than non-creatures, then that number is going to be skewed. But in practicality, you should be drawing similar, like the ratio of the things you draw is going to be based on the ratio of the things in your deck, is what it comes down to basically. I'm just going to take this click, and then we get to push the Pyromancer. That seems fine. I like how they have negate in their deck. Loose. Just gonna push this now. They'll probably get to negate my Thoughtseize next turn, but that's whatever. Huh. Do you want to go shadow shadow here? I think I do. I think I'm just gonna go shadow shadow. They have double cryptic negate in their hand. I do have a YouTube video. Thank you, Burgle. You're so helpful. Braid. That's rude. So I could Thought Seize and get in a touch more damage here, but I think I'd rather just get a clue off my tracker. I'd rather just get a clue off my tracker. They have Cryptic Negate in their hand. 2 cards we don't know now. Land. Punished for the way I tapped, kinda. I Thought Seize first, just in case they don't negate, because if they don't negate, I want to be able to have my Death Shadow be larger, but I assume this is just like Raven's Criming a negate, basically. I was hoping to hit a land there so we could generate more clues with our tracker. Like, they're in a pretty bad spot. Play this and pass. Opt, sure. Save Cryptic. And 2 cards we don't know. Digging for that next land. We're in a little bit of trouble here. They put a card on bottom. Sweet. So hopefully they're still missing triple blue. I feel like people never put enough blue sources in their Cryptic command decks. Land. Fetch land. Tarmogoyf, sure. So we want to attack first, so that way they can't Cryptic tap our team plus counter our spell. You could say like an unsummon here, but that seems a little loose on their part. We don't like desperately need a land. I just want to draw more cards, right? Play this Thought Seize post combat. I assume this is going to get Cryptic commanded. Wouldn't be super surprised to see like counter bounce on this Cryptic command just because they're so far behind. You could also make an argument that I'm supposed to lead on the Tarmogoyf, so they Cryptic the Tarmogoyf, and then I get to Thought Seize and poke into what's remaining in their hand. I see that being a line too, but I think I'd rather just have the extra threat rather than get to poke at their hand. Counter draw, sure. I don't know, I guess if I got to poke at their hand more, I'd have gotten to punch through the Cryptics, which are now going to tap us down every turn. Eric's like a sad land that doesn't draw a card. Yep. Did Reduke have Tireless Tracker in his Abzan deck? I feel like Abzan doesn't usually have room for it with their Lingering Souls, but this card is so good. This card's been so good every time we've played green-black. Had 1 Tireless Tracker. Got to bolt my shadow. Yep. That's bold. Like, if we get another land here, this thing gets out of range. Scholar's a pretty decent pickup. What does Pontiff use for? Our opponent has Young Pyromancer in their deck. So Pontiff is there to clean up Pyromancer and the friends it makes. Really? Oh, is this a Snapcaster Mage? This is probably a Snapcaster Mage, right? I wonder if I'm supposed to... Nah, I'm just supposed to smash. That makes sense on the bolt here. Yep. God, my opponent is so fucking greedy. It's unreal. If they would have just like snap bolted on their turn, they would have gotten totally blown out by a fetch land here. I think Tireless Tracker is better than Goif. Those cards do different things, so I don't think like comparing them is a useful metric. Like saying, do you think alcohol is better than water? It's like, well, they're both drinks, but like they accomplish different purposes, right? Wait, what? They have another bolt in their hand? Their hand bolt cryptic command? Alright, deal. Sculler. What you got? Take your cryptic command. Your move, Kaiba. 2 lethal threats. Let's go. Will Hex ever do another 100k event? I don't know. I feel like 100k events like that are a waste of money. I'd much rather play in a bunch of smaller events than like have one really large event. Especially when you can like play the events from home. Like, I think the fact that like they have, you know, they have $100,000 worth of weekly tournaments now basically, because they do what, 2 1k tournaments every single weekend? All right, chat, we're heating it up here. Shadow Company rallying back the O2 start, beating back-to-back Pro Tour top 8 decks here. Clearly this deck is better than all of the Pro Tour top 8 decks, just dumpstering them mercilessly. See if we can get that sweet, sweet 3-2 money. No, that's not how Exalted works. Exalted is only happens when you attack with a single creature. Seems fine. Yeah, I think they'll probably unban some stuff after the Pro Tour. Alright, basic Plains Aether Vial. That means there's Leonin Arbiters in our future, so we want to use our fetch lands ASAP. I'd be pretty surprised if they unban Jace. Bionic Broccoli with the constant support. So do I want a Noble Hierarch here on one or Thoughtseize? I feel like I want a Noble Hierarch on one here. Humans runs 1 Plains, that's fair. Statistically, it's not humans. Statistically, it's Hate Bears, but you're correct, it could be humans. I feel really good about my assessment that Tron is good and busted because Johnny Magic played it, and Johnny Magic's like the smartest, thinnest Magic player in existence, right? Oh yeah, shit bears engage. Alright, so do I just Thoughtseize them here and then Abrupt Decay their ship bear? I guess I could Thoughtseize them, and then if they don't have a Ghost Quarter, I could just play Tarmogoyf. No Ghost Quarter, just a Path to Exile. Alright. Yeah, I think I just take the Path here. And then go Shock Tarmogoyf. If they rip a Ghost Quarter, I'm going to be really sad with myself, but I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to play around that. Sweet. There's Athalia, yep. Abrupt Decay this so I can crack this fetch. If they drew exactly another Leonin Arbiter, I'll be a little bit sad, but it is what it is. Start smashing with our giant threats now. This is my Goyf. My Goyf is a 5/6. Land here wouldn't be the worst draw. It would let us go Decay plus Goyf. Second Thoughtseize plus Goyf now. Like to flicker with something. Sure. That makes us a 5/5. Start by attacking with this as a 6/6. I'm gonna get this Goyf back at end of turn. Play this other Tarmogoyf. If they hit me in the air, I'm gonna have a really giant Death Shadow, and I've got this Abrupt Decay to clean the Flicker Wisp up. They have no cards in hand. It's definitely a Pontiff matchup. It's a pretty good draw. This is the Death Shadow Collecting Company deck. Duh. Duh. Well, you best get first, because if you don't get first, you basically get last. Be my advice, don't fuck it up. Did they hit the second Flicker Wisp? I don't have any cards exiled, right? I'm gonna go ahead and kill this now so no funny business can happen off this stupid vial. Oh, there's no Thalia in play, so that didn't matter. I could have left this untapped. I'm just so used to Thalia being there. She's been there the whole game. Actually, now if they draw a Flicker Wisp, I'm dead because I tapped this like that. I punted. Alright, so we didn't get punished by my mistap there. Alright, so this is definitely a Pontiff matchup. I think this is a Thoughtseize out matchup. Their hand gets pretty empty pretty quick. This is a big game Hunter matchup. They have Thought-Knot Seers in their deck. They're on Reclamation Sage in this matchup. Eternal Witness doesn't seem terrible. I'm gonna board out the, I guess clicks block their flying shitters. It's a tough sell. I guess Kitesail Freebooter blocks their thing too. When I'm bringing in Pontiffs, it's probably not amazing. Trim these, bring in Nighthawk. We were dead to Flicker Wisp because Flicker Wisp could be put in off the vial, yep. And then they get to fire up the creature land and attack us for exactly 5. We wouldn't have been dead to that had I left the Noble Hierarch untapped. No, it's not super intuitive. It's a fine question. I think this will do. This will do. So it's the last match in this league with our Shadow Company deck. We'll see what we want to do after this one here. Ooh, some dollar dues. Bionic Broccoli with the 25 big ones coming through. More pretty fair Blue Moon. I'm a big fan. 10 out of 10. And add that towards the top of the queue here. So here's the question. Do I want to... I feel like I need to play this fetch land on one, right? Because I just like can't... I just like really soft to Leonin Arbiter here. But I kind of want... I need to get a black source with it, right? But I also want to play the Noble Hierarch, so I guess I'm getting this Overgrown Tomb. Not super exciting. I think it's right to hedge that a little bit. We've assembled our combo of Vampire Nighthawk Death Shadow here. Assembled our Nighthawk Death Shadow combo. They took our Tide Hollow Sculler. That means I'm supposed to Sculler them, right? What am I supposed to do? I don't know yet, Iron. Maybe we'll dredge. I kind of want to play something unfair after this like hours of fair magic. I kind of want to play Sculler just because like they took our Sculler. It's gonna take their Bob. They want to path this. I'm okay with that, I think. Shock this in so we get closer to our Death Shadow. That's unfortunate. No, I never really interacted with Corey. He's from Atlanta. Was from Atlanta. So if we get a fetch land here, we can go Shadow plus Jace, or Shadow plus Nighthawk maybe. Abrupt Decay's okay. Really just want to use all my mana this turn though, I think. I guess I could kill their Dark Confidant. Yeah, that's probably good. Let's kill their Dark Confidant. It's unfortunate that we're at 13 and can't play the Death Shadow alongside it. Blue Moon can be unfair. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Can't search. They have Flicker Wisp. Well, this is how the Ship Bears deck wins. Rip Leonin Arbiter at the right time. Hope for the best. Hopefully we can hit a shock land here. Just a big Game Hunter. They're debating if they want to attack us because they know we have Death Shadow. That deck existed before... Well, that's a good hit. It's a good hit. That deck existed in a world before... Before, what's it called? Before Kolaghan's Command existed. Vidalcan Shackles is pretty bad right now. Hopefully they drew Ghost Quarter here and they Ghost Quarter me and I get to push their thing in response. No blocks. Enjoy your 4/4. Yep. You. Shanko. Come again. Let's say Flicker Wisp is their last card. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one, chat. It's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty decent. Pretty decent plus. Looking for a fetch land here. If we miss, we're actually dead. Where's my godless shrine? There it is. Gosh, so close to just having lethal here. I just smack them, right? Like, put them to 3, put them under the abyss. This puts us dead to removal, but I think it's the right line. I think this is the play to win line. Yeah. That's fine. Have to take game 3 on the play here. I think that's correct. If they don't have removal there, the Death Shadow has to be chump block every single turn for the rest of the game. They're not likely not beating that. You should watch, because there isn't a white-blue land in my deck, and I needed to cast Pontiff. What's the downside to waiting a turn? Then they can use their health total as a resource at a future point in time. Whereas if I do that there, they're now under, they have to sacrifice a creature every single turn, essentially. Seems okay. We got our Death Shadow Vampire Nighthawk combo again. We got plenty of lands though, and Abrupt Decay and a Collected Company, so feels reasonable. I'm not gonna fetch because we want to shock ourselves anyways. Hopefully they play a non-Thalia 2-drop here so we can Abrupt Decay it. Use our mana this turn. Yeah, yep, X release on the PS4. They had a US release fairly recently, and then, or they had a US release a while ago, and then an EU release ways before that. Almost let that resolve. Would have been a pretty big oops. Shock over Entombment here. Kill this, use our mana. Hopefully we hit a land just like that. Perfect. They don't have a Thalia. These companies will hopefully bury them. The EU release happened, Tom. It went live 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Yeah, the Mardu deck's very good. Mardu deck is very good. Deal. Huh. Wonder if I'm supposed to bring in Reclamation Sage. So Tormagoy is pretty bad. Deal. Why isn't Lifelink a May? Why isn't Lifelink a May? We're just gonna see like Death Shadows and Tarmogoyfs on this Collected Company. I actually have one way to get rid of this in my deck right now, right? Ugh, that's a beating. It's a pretty good draw. Lets us Fatal push this and play Death Shadow this turn. The rest of piece is pretty good against us. Between Aether Vial and cards like that, I probably should have just boarded in Reclamation Sage here. Probably should have boarded in Reclamation Sage here. It sucks that cracking that fetch land shuffles 4 non-company hits back into my deck, but definitely needed to kill that there. Sure. Sure. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh, yeah, I don't have anything that could change this, right? Maybe I was supposed to company to hit Tide Hollow Sculler. Yeah, I was probably supposed to company during their draw step and hit Tide Hollow Sculler, actually. I think this was a mistake on my part. Letting them have this happen. This doesn't, I don't get this back if I kill the Flicker Wisp. It comes back at end of turn. So yeah, this was a pretty big mistake on my part. If we had Tide Hollow Sculler here, I could have prevented this. Yep, 10 out of 10 could have prevented this. Guess we'll take a look at what their last card in hand is now. At least we have one of our better cards left, which is Scab Ruinator. And they just have they have Stone Cold Nothing left. Yep, so I would still have a Death Shadow and a... I'd still have a Death Shadow and another thing. Why did I attack like that? I don't know. I should have played this Tarmogoyf too. That's kind of frustrating. I guess they have to take 1 here to attack with this. I get to chump with my Tarmogoyf and then take 5 down to 5. Yeah, hopefully the Scab's gonna pay off. Sideboard cards winning games of Modern. Should have sequenced better though. If we had a Death Shadow here, they'd just be like super fucking dead. So yeah, if I had plus a Shadow and a Witness, they'd just be super stone cold dead. I just wasn't thinking about, again, just like not used to the combination of cards that we have in the deck, and not thinking about like what our opponent's outs are in order to get back. I honestly had in my mind they just like weren't going to be able to catch up on our board state, but like the fact that they added 2 points of pressure to their board and they added 2 points of pressure to their board and were able to kill ours at the same time was pretty huge. Trade here, jump here, take 2, go to 3. Just like looking for another collecting company at this point. Yep. Fatal Push is okay. I can actually just try and 2-turn clock them here, right? I can attack with this for 5, block here, push here, take 2, go to 1. I think that's the line. I think this is the play to win line. Like attack with this twice. So we drew the Fatal Push. Just like hope they don't draw anything. Again, they have a bunch of things that kill us here because of this line that I'm taking, but I think this gives us the best chance to actually win the game as opposed to just like lose slower. Block here. Then I get to push this off a cliff. I might steal this one through my poor play. No, the results of the Pro Tour showed that, like, super diverse, right? I wouldn't mind some unbans, gives us some more new toys to play with. Hopefully they're dead. Yay! We did it! In spite me misplaying to let them kill my Death Shadow and my Eternal Witness, we 3-2'd with Shadow Company. Alright! That deck was fun. I had a good time. That's so... Magic Online is so strange. We like... Alright, so I have to go into here, I guess, to like see my previous... View your previous deck. Because it doesn't have it saved in my things. This is a deck we played. Only took 2 leagues to cash. This deck was fun. I had things... Scabbed Ruinator, actually, this card was kind of impressive. And I think there's just like it kind of speaks to like why Humans was popular and powerful in Modern right now. Like the fact that flying and evasive threats are very, very good right now is part of the reason why the Humans deck is so good. Bionic Broccoli, told you the dream was alive. Thanks for the bits, buddy. I do appreciate it. Hi, Declan. How was your nap, buddy?
I go up.
Well, Dad's working for one more league, so you want to pick a show on the TV? You can watch TV while Dad works. All right, what do we want to do here? I had someone. We do have a donation for the Hollowed One deck in the queue, so I think I'd like to play that. That sounds fun. Where are the PT top 8 lists? Anyone have it offhand? That's trouble. I'm gonna find it pretty quickly.
No.
What do you want? Pick one. You want to watch Masks? You want PJ Masks? Okay. Let Declan pick the next deck. Let's play some Hollowed One. Of course, clicking download. Okay, just Wizards of the Coast things. Click download. This connection is not private. It might try to steal your information. All right, I guess I'll copy and paste it from here. Going on, Angel Havoc. All right.